Jenny, give me about 2 or 3 minutes. So I want you to time me for like 2 or 3 minutes. If it's if it's not going well, just shake your head. I'll sit down. All right. But if there's a good flow to it, let me run a little bit. I'll tell you when to start the clock.
Right.
All right, let's talk about the crossing of paths, the coincidence of crossing paths with somebody in life. You just don't know the gifts, you don't know the direction, or even the journey that someone's going to take you on just from a simple encounter. The only reason I'm here today is because about 4 years ago, I had an encounter with Barb, and I wasn't even her target. I still have the encounter. I'm going to mention 7 acts of Barb. I'm going to mention 2 major spiritual milestones that I'm aware of.
I feel like I'm being roasted.
But the neat thing about it is they all have eternal value to it. So that's a good friend to cross paths with. Following a trip out to Maranatha Spring and Shrine, which is the present day Fatima, where the waters have the same healing power as Lourdes, where the Blessed Mother asked, "Make this known." Coming back from there, Barb goes and talks to Father Rush about she wishes to start a Holy Love prayer group. After discussion, and now after Mass, there is a Holy Love prayer group that meets each Wednesday. Now, this is not an ordinary prayer group. It's not just a regular prayer group. Here's a message. 16 June 2008 from St. Bernard Clairvoyant. This is the format for the Holy Love prayer groups that heaven is requesting. Pray the Rosary of the Unborn. Read, study, and propagate the messages, and commit to follow the spiritual journey of the chambers of the United Hearts. Let me follow that.
You asked me about the money. Do you want us to have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And just, there's 19.
I got that one.
Okay.
Here's
Want me
a,
to take a picture?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Did you get a picture of the cake down?
I did. I saw it, but I don't have a picture of it. Yeah.
we'll get a pic.
Put it all back together.
When she brings her cake out, take a picture.
Yeah, but they
Better
might cut it
yet.
back.
Let's see who gets it. Okay.
We'll do one of these games.
Yes, yes. But we'll make it into a Rubik's Cube.
We're talking about the Holy Love prayer group, the format of it, which Barb follows. Jesus follows it with the message on the 4th of March 2011. He says, study the messages of holy love as they pertain to your personal spiritual journey into the chambers of our United Hearts. Do not just look at these latest messages or be satisfied with where you are in holiness, but apply the messages to your own journey. That is why they are given. Barb has completed 3 years every Wednesday of leading the Holy Love prayer group. Number 2, adoration. She goes to Father Rush and she's asking Father Rush through discussion, through negotiation.
Well, that was team effort. That was a convocation thing. Yeah.
We would like to have adoration. She requested the doors of the church be open 5 days a week for adoration. Father Rush conceded. Also, Father Rush, when the outbreak of COVID commenced, was it last February or last March? A lot of churches closed, and Father Rush allowed St. Augustine's to remain open for adoration.
And he extended the hours.
Now, with adoration, there's a responsibility. Somebody has to be present in front of the Blessed Sacrament, and Barb ensures somebody's there. You may have gotten a phone call at certain times, hey, I need somebody. So she does a great job with that. The van trips. Normally, Barb rents a van 4 or 5 times a year. She'll take 3, 4, 5 people out in the van, out to Holy Love, to be in the presence of the apparition. This past October was the first time she needed a bus to take the people to Holy Love. She had 18 people from the area that said yes to making a pilgrimage. How about what Luann did with that cake with the face on the cake?
I think you need to get Barb to stand next to it to make sure it looks right. You gotta get a picture next to the cake before they cut it.
Yeah.
Picture next to the picture. She's thrilled. She's so happy I said that.
All right, number 4, the divine fiat is his kingdom. Barb teamed up with Mary Lou. Does everybody know Mary Lou? Barb teamed up with Mary Lou, formed a cenacle that meets every Tuesday at 11 o'clock, and they discuss each hour of the 24 hours of the Passion. The Passion was dictated by the Lord to Louisa.
That's his kid, sorry.
She took her glasses off.
Oh my gosh.
Now take a fork now.
You have no idea how embarrassed she is.
Am I turning red?
We can just put some rouge on your
Beyond
cheeks.
red.
You've got makeup. We'll put makeup on your face.
Oh my gosh, honey.
When I text that picture out, she lives on 2nd Street, I live at 19th Street. I can hear the cringing. The divine fiat, number 4, his kingdom. Recently, Barb teamed with Mary Lou. They formed a cenacle that meets on Tuesdays to rediscuss the 24 hours of the Lord's Passion as given by the Lord to Louisa. So it's the gift of the divine will that our Father wants to give us, make it known to us. So through the Holy Love messages and through this canticle, she's doing a heck of a job. So what a fruitful encounter crossing paths with Barb has been, and most important, her sharing of the Christian treasures which I had no idea even existed, such as an apparition site with active apparitions, where messages come out daily. And in those daily messages, it's been for the past 3.5 years, the author is God the Father. The new revelation of the United Hearts of Jesus and Mary, the chambers of the United Hearts of the Most Holy Trinity and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. For the purpose of what? For the purpose of our salvation and holiness. And then taking the spiritual journey, which heaven has revealed at Holy Love through the chambers of the United Hearts, is a journey beginning to end in the divine will of God. So, on the 28th of February 2007, God the Father put out a message. In the same way that Jesus petitions your heart to trust in his mercy, I beg you, trust in my divine will. The Blessed Mother says, know the divine will and make it reign everywhere. We have found out from crossing paths with Barb that holy love is the divine will, which is to love God above all else and to love your neighbor as yourself. Holy love to us in every present moment is the divine love coming down from God to us, and our love back is holy love. Here's a message, 18 August 2020. Recognize the value of the miracle of your own life, which places you where you are in the present moment. That's the message that probably hits me more than any of the messages. So all this information by a simple encounter with the little mighty Mike. These are Barb's acts of making it known, as the Blessed Mother has requested, that I'm aware of. And why has all this spiritual information been given to us? It's all in preparation. Preparation physically, spiritually, to trust in Papa God. As we've learned, Barb has directed us through the book on the lessons of the virtues. And what we learned from that was trust in God. The two major milestones in the spiritual realm that Barb has brought to light, the apparition site and the cenacle. Cenacle. And in that cenacle, this is the promise of the Lord. I will reward you in exchange by saving a soul for every word you pronounce. Reference the index, Roman numeral 2, when you'll see it. Barb continues with her communion calls in the afternoons. She continues bringing people to Atlantic City for First Saturday devotions. So for 3 years of sustained, continuous efforts in establishing the Holy Love Prayer Group, bringing adoration to the parish, organizing pilgrimages for a spiritual annuity at the apparition site, introduced us to the revelation of the United Hearts of Jesus and Mary, the spiritual journey through the chambers of the United Hearts of the Most Holy Trinity and the Immaculate Heart of Mary through the messages, the canonical form with Mary Lou, the communion calls, the first Saturday in AC, and lastly, the preparation. So in closing, I'm going to reference the prayer of consecration to the flame of holy love. The Blessed Mother, there's a petition that reads, "Take me and use me according to your great pleasure. Allow me to be your instrument in the world, all for the greater glory of God, and towards your, Blessed Mother, victorious reign." It is time to recognize, Barb, you have been an instrument of the Blessed Mother in your actions. By making all of this known, we recognize you today in the simplicity of a luncheon. And we just say thank you for a job well done. Now, D, who has been running buses out to Holy Love for 25 years, wrote a letter. Rich, would you be so kind as to read that letter?